Well, hello, Captain Friends. What are y'all up to tonight? It's still daylight. It's 5:15, but it's barely daylight. Mama's into Granny's fudge. Mama, tell them all about the
This
fudge.
is Granny's fudge. It's Johnny's Granny's recipe, and it calls for 6 cups of sugar.
Oh, that's a lot of sugar.
That's a lot of fudge. That's 1 cup.
Two
2 cups.
cups. That's a little bit more than a cup. 3.
3.
Oh, that's a lot of sugar.
Well, it makes a lot of candy.
Mm-hmm.
4. Your babies are barking.
I know.
5. And 6.
6.
That's it for the fudge. For the sugar.
Thank goodness. I don't think you could put much more sugar.
Oh, I could have put more sugar.
It's sugar fudge.
And
Can
then
y'all hear Mama?
Can you hear me?
I guess you can because somebody's saying I can't hear you.
Okay, so now I'm adding 1 large can of cream. It's evaporated milk. And
Evaporated milk.
Carnation, which will make it good and rich. And first of all, I'm going to add this dash of salt because that's unsalted butter and it calls for salt. And now I'm going to add the cream. You're going to stir while I do this.
I don't know if you're allowed to stir or not.
I can stir, I just can't use a mixer.
I don't know about all that. Stirring and motion.
I set it off earlier with nothing.
I know.
So now all I'm going to do is take this to the stove and I boil it till it gets
Look at that dry sugar in there.
Forms a hard ball in water. And then I add 1 stick of butter and a 16-ounce jar of peanut butter. And that's all I do to it.
Do you want your candy thermometer?
Well, you can get it out, but I don't know if I can use it or not. I couldn't use that other one. Okay, now you've got it mixed. I'll take it to the stove.
Just 1 second, patience.
Over right here is.
Look here.
It's dry sugar. I seen it.
Yeah, there's dry sugar.
Well, it's when you're turning your spoon to stir. You need to turn your kettle now. There, you got it.
You want to make sure all your sugar is emulsified in there. You don't want any dry sugar. No wonder that fudge is so good.
Eating pure sugar.
You're eating pure sugar. Peanut butter sugar. How could you not like that?
So now all I'm going to do is go over here and cook it. And you can sing and dance for them while I do this. That's what you tell me all the time.
We can just look at you, Mama, too. Can't we?
Oh, sure. Put me on the spot, huh?
I'm having a little bit of coffee.
What's wrong with your baby? She keeps barking.
Well,
he keeps barking.
I think there's a crow or two up there. Because there's something in the yard. You hear it?
There's something down at the barn yesterday. Because they both was running around the barn, barking and going on, then back around.
If you know your fur babies, you know their barks. And that's a curious bark. That's one of those that you get when the neighbors have their dogs out. And they already know the whole story. They're just wanting to know that you're there. Or a flock of Canadian geese may fly over. And if they honk too much, you get those little yelps.
And if the crows hollers too much down in the field,
they have cut the corn all in the lower fields. And the crows, there's so many crows that it's a constant roar.
Kind of freaky roar.
And then you'll hear a few odd and end crows, so you know it's crows, but it's just a roar of crows calling constantly when they cut the corn. Because they're all in the fields scavenging what corn is down there. So it's a different, it's kind of like the cicadas. When you get hundreds of thousands of crows, it's a loud roar of crows. So they hear that too, and that makes them curious. But when there's really something out there, you know it. I would love Mama and John Fudge. I'm sure it's delicious. Chris, it is. My granny has made this fudge for years. And Mama, did you ever have your own fudge recipe?
Not like this, no. I usually make chocolate all the
She
time.
always made chocolate.
And then when I married your daddy, I started making this.
So Granny loved peanut butter fudge, so she started making this, and that's what we've always had at Christmas time. It was Granny fudge. Of course, we just called it, well, we've always called it Granny's fudge.
Yeah.
Actually, even when Granny was making it, Granny would say, I've got fudge, and Mom said, your Granny's got your fudge made. So my whole life I've called it Granny's fudge. Is there any Granny's fudge left? So the fact that we still call it Granny's fudge is definitely a memorial to her. I buttered this dish. This is a 9x13. It makes quite a bit. This is just buttered, completely buttered. Got all those little crevices down in there. And that's all you're going to need is just a buttered 9x13. You could do it in anything, I guess. Just be thicker. Sets up rather quickly. This is not the creamy marshmallow cream kind of fudge. This one has got, all those sugars. Sometimes when it gets a little older, not immediately, it's soft and good, but it'll get crystally, won't it, Mama?
Yeah, a little.
Guess what we did today? We put lights on them trees.
You could go show them that two of those trees lit up while this is cooking.
Are you trying to get rid of us, Mama?
Why, no, but I thought you was going to show them this is a good time while this is getting hot. Because it ain't even started getting hot yet.
She's trying to get rid of us. Mama's over at the stove. She's got her microphone on. I hope y'all can hear her. You can probably hear the stirring. You may hear more than you want to. Is it too loud? Are you not seeing my comments? Catherine, I saw that one. I don't know that I've seen any others. Catherine, I didn't see any others. But I saw that one. That's the only one I see, Catherine. Hello, John and Mama from Yakinville, North Carolina.
Where is it at?
Yakinville?
I've never heard of that one.
Yadkinville,
maybe.
Yadkinville. We made sugar cookies, fudge, and cake pops a few days ago. Oh, bless your heart, cake pops. We made cake pops one time, and I swear I'd never do it again. I haven't. I have held my word. She is loud and clear, Kathy.
Ooh, I'm stirring too.
She's stirring too. We can hear her real good. Good. Sound is perfect. Thank you, Ginger. I made peanut butter fudge too, Kathy. It's that time. Mama had a whole list of stuff she's going to do. And I asked her the magic question this morning. I said, Mama, all that candy you're going to make and all that stuff, when are you going to do it? And she said, well, I will in the next few days. I said, tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
I'll work in the morning on it.
Sheckler, she hadn't heard that before. She said, ooh, I better get on it. It's kind of slipped up, didn't it, Mama?
Yeah, everything slips up on me anymore.
We got the trees lit. And they're in place. Heather came over today and she helped me. And I helped her. We kind of worked together on it. And it looks pretty good. Mama approved it. So I guess it's Mama approved. So that's what we're going with. I will take you out there to show them to you. How much longer are you going to be over there, Mama?
It'll be a while because it ain't even started
You want to
working.
take your microphone off? I don't know what it'll be like that distance, and it may be clinky, clinky, clinky.
Okay, I laid it over here.
All right, we'll run out there. It's not dark, but we end up having to turn the lights on anyway. Do y'all want to go see them, or you just want to hang here with Mama? Hear both of you loud and clear. Good, Janice. Recipe, please. Pam, a ton of sugar, 6 cups of sugar, and a whole can of evaporated milk, the smaller, not the smallest. What is that can?
A 12-ounce can.
Is it 12?
Oh, I don't know, 10 or 12. Never really got
12 fluid ounce can of Carnation evaporated milk.
Or they can use any of that.
Any evaporated milk.
Carnation.
And that's the only thing we got in there so far. And you cook it,
Dash
dash the salt. But if you salted butter, you may not have to. This is Land O'Lakes unsalted. And how long are you going to do that?
Till it boils and
Until that
makes a hard
sugar
ball.
boils and it makes a hard ball stage in cold water.
Then I put a stick of butter. When I take it off the stove, a stick of butter and a 16-ounce jar of,
You can put that in the microwave for a few seconds.
no, it'll melt and then it helps cool it. It's room temperature, so it'll just come right out.
The brand new jar of Jif.
16-ounce jar.
16-ounce jar of Jif. You're going to have a spatula.
I got a knife there now that I use in the sugar.
Spatula. All right, let's go look at the trees that I've been trying to get lights on for a week.
Every day we're going to do it.
It's not been a month. It has been a week. Let's go. Oh, upsy daisy. Are y'all ready? The tree tour was last night. The extended tour will be tonight. I don't know what those dogs are barking at. Oh, I do too. There's a deer down in the field. Them dogs have seen deers many times. Here's another look at the bird tree. We do have the trees on today too. I've had them on since about 5:30. Here's the one. We didn't have any decorations on it, but they did have white lights last night. So we put 2 red birds and 2 doves and red berries and white lights. And it's here by the swing and it's got red. So all that blends. Looks all right together. There's the swing of candles. Y'all seen all that. Here are the trees that I was trying to get lights on. That's one of them. This is near the crochet tree. There's the little carolers. And here's that other little one. Y'all probably can't even see them because they're right in with this other tree. But that's the other little tree. I'm by myself, so I have to do all the things. I have to walk with me. Can y'all see with the lights on? It's a weird time of day. It's dusky, daylighty, darky. So there's the little carolers. You hear them dogs? There's the little carolers and the other two little trees that I've been a week getting lights on. There he is. It's just like the other one over there. And y'all already seen this. That's the old-timey tree. And that's the other hodgepodge tree with the candy canes. And there's there it is. Mama's old-timey tree. And there's the fur babies' stockings with the squirrel tops, I call them. Now they really don't have squirrel, but who's to say? And that's that. So, see, I told you all I would get them trees and put some white lights on. Honestly, it wasn't as easy as it should have been. Let's look down here and see what they're barking. Ain't nothing back here. It's all around there. But that's the sun porch trees. So now out here, she's got 3, 4, 5, 6 trees out here in the sun porch. And there's the other one. I know that view probably is not too good. I'm just walking through with you. So, what I enjoy is when I sit over here. This is where I sit. Because there's the TV, of course, and the fireplace. I can see all the trees from here. All out through there. And then I can even see all the trees through here. So I can look at 10 trees when I'm sitting in my chair. That's the lavender one in the living room. And we're back to the kitchen. Sometimes walking, y'all don't like it. So, sorry. I try not to move around too much. Here, Mama.
Oh. I'll put it back on me.
Let me try.
I'll have to stir.
Stir, stir.
Get some more cold water.
You're adding cold water?
Well,
Oh, you're not adding it to this.
no, I can't
Use-
add nothing to this.
You're just using it for the soft ball or the hard ball.
Well, I don't hardly get it real hard because I like for my candy to stay soft.
Y'all ever seen this testing for the hard ball?
It's not done yet. It's a getting there.
So that should stay together.
It
When
is.
you drop it in cold water, it should stay together for soft ball, and it should be firmer for hard ball.
Yeah, that's a little too soft.
So that's still soft ball. Now this is 6 cups of sugar, 1 can of evaporated milk. Not to be confused with,
Eagle brand or whatever.
we call it Eagle brand, but it's really
Condensed.
sweetened condensed milk. It's just plain old, what we used to call cream, pet cream, carnation cream, store brand cream, but we call it, it's really evaporated milk. Mama needs a pot stirrer.
Oh, what?
Pot stirrer? Is that me? She needs me?
No.
Oh. Big house, who cleans?
I used to.
Sheila, that would be me and Mama. Heather does help us sometimes. She's helped us, especially with Mama's sick.
I ain't been able to do it much.
Sometimes Mama's sister helps us. So. But most of the time, it's me and Mama.
Now that's a forming a bitter ball. There it is.
That's what they call a hard ball.
Oh, that's a softer ball.
Are you going to put vanilla flavoring in this?
I don't usually. The peanut butter flavors it, but you can put some in it. That's a ball too. It's going pretty good. That's good. Man.
To get the hard ball stage?
Well, not really hard ball, but I don't get it long though. It's making balls. Is that empty?
Well,
Close to it.
Close to it. Well, your dogs are showing out tonight.
Well, I think we can.
Them deer are down there.
That's pretty good.
All right, let's put us a cup full.
Let's get this turned off.
Whoa! It got excited to get that vanilla.
If you'll carry it over on that pad, then I'll add my other stuff.
Yes, ma'am. Let's take this over there for Mama. Let's set you over here. Let's have a bird's eye view. Whoops, wrong bird. Here we go. Now, Mama, talk us through it. Tell us what you're up to.
I'm just putting my, excuse me, my stick of butter.
Whole stick?
Yeah, whole stick of butter. And I use butter instead of margarine too.
We don't use any margarine.
And that's it. Stir the milk out.
You ready for your peanut butter?
Let me get this kind of melted because the peanut butter.
Something told me I better not put that in there.
I cut it up in smaller pieces so it would melt quicker. Sometimes it cools down fast and sometimes it don't. So you just have to work with it. I think you can start putting it in now because that's about gone.
Okay.
Just oh, I can smell that peanut butter getting hot. Oh,
Isn't it wonderful?
yeah.
Let me have your spoon.
That'll come out. Just rake it off the side, and I get it.
Use your spoon a little bit. If you want to know why I love this orange spatula, look how clean that peanut butter jar is. And that was all done just right here with this orange spatula. Love the Tupperware spatula now.
Let me
Clean off here. There's not much left over here. That's pretty good, folks. Look at that. It's like a windshield wiper. I said, I wish windshield wipers were that good.
It's already getting thick.
Okay, now this next part is the fan.
And what?
The ceiling fan. This next part is an important thing. If you want a pretty bunch of fudge, leave it alone. Don't try to smooth it, spread it, touch it in any way, or you'll have a big old glob of patchy stuff. I used to think, oh, it needs smoothed down. No. You ready?
It needs to cool just a hair more stir on it. I'm getting it.
It needs to cool more.
Yeah, it's getting thick.
But it'll cool in there, won't it?
Yeah, but it says
There is-
stir until cool, and it ain't near cool enough.
But it's already set.
And then you can add nuts now.
No.
We don't never put nuts in it.
I'm gonna pour it because I hate when it's all.
Well, pour it.
It can't go nowhere.
And your daddy says if it don't set up, we'll eat it
Oh,
with
it'll
a spoon.
set.
We'll eat it with a spoon. Is all he always says.
And I'm pouring this backwards, so here we go. But this is the key: is when you pour it, let it be. Let me turn hands here. When you pour it in, let it be. If you go to trying to, let me level that out, then you end up with a mess.
Just shake the bowl a little and you got it.
Yes, ma'am. Put it in. Whatever daubs and globs, trust me, they're going to look better than if you try to touch that.
Somebody left an awful lot of kilos with it.
I really did the best I could.
Oh.
Because everything in me wants to go in there and start smudging with it. It's not a good thing. You can tell how it's already rippling because it sets up on the top so quick. It dulls it out and makes it not look near as pretty when you start touching with it. See how this is already set up over here? Same with the top. It'll stay just like that. It'll cut pretty. Whatever you have going on there, leave it. Because you're going to make it worse. Ain't that right, Mama?
Yeah.
And that's it, folks. Quick and easy. Not hard to make. Hard to resist, though.
Look at all this you left in there.
Well,
You used to say, Mommy, you never left none in the kettle. Here,
You still
finish eating it all.
you ended up messing it up for me again. Because I always got to lick the kettle. I didn't leave it in there on purpose, but
You're glad you can have all that.
it was setting up and already look how it looks on top. If it wasn't for company, you know, and Christmas fudge.
You'd dig right into the middle of that, wouldn't you?
We don't cut it up and put it out. A lot of people do, but we never have. We just leave it whole, and we cut one end and take out pieces, and then keep cutting as we go, so it stays more airtight, isn't it, Mom?
If there's a bunch of coming, I'll go ahead and cut it off.
Let me show you this right here. This spoon's only had peanut butter on it from earlier, but let me show you. So when you start wanting to do this business, on the top to spread it out, you end up with
It's
that right
not
there.
shiny and
It's
pretty.
not shiny and pretty, and it just sort of drags. So don't start doing that number on the top of your pretty fudge, because you're not going to be happy with that any more than you are little lumps on it. And that happens pretty quickly. Seems like I got something black on me from.
Probably out there doing something. Have you had a magic marker?
I don't reckon.
Here, let me get the rest of these crumbs out.
Get them. I want to eat all that anyway. That's a lot of peanut butter fudge. See how good. Now here's something else I want to show y'all. It's good, but it will just pack. This is the kind that would be good to make buckeyes out of. But see how soft.
You make buckeyes out of raw.
You make out of peanut butter.
Peanut butter and powdered sugar.
But this would be good. It holds its, and it'll stay pretty soft like that for a while. Of course, if air gets to it and they don't keep it covered up, but I like it even when it gets a little drier. The fudge looks delicious. Looks delicious. Thank you, Barbara. Donna. Hey, Sandra says yummy. Hi from Virginia. Mama getting all that fudge out of there. She got every drop of it. We don't waste a drop.
I scraped the killer clean.
We scrape it. Mama, come over here and chat.
I was getting it out of my killer.
Put it in that water. I'll get it.
I don't want it to sit up and dry in here.
I'll get it. Stick in that sink of water.
I've got the most of it off. And on me, I get it.
See how shiny and pretty this will look? It stays that way for if you don't touch it. But if you do, you end up with a much less attractive.
God, it's pretty.
But it tastes the same no matter what you do. It's good. You can drizzle some chocolate over this, make it like a Reese fudge. In the past, we've done different stuff with it. We used to make, I want to say 2 or 3 batches a year. And we'd give it to people and different stuff, but we'd make more than just one. So sometimes we'd do a little something to it. Sometimes we would add a little something. But now we make it once a year. And it pretty well stays plain old Granny's peanut butter fudge. Thank you for those stars, D. Loudermilk. That's so sweet. Hey, Ruth, how are you? Looks amazing, Brad. It is pretty good fudge. It's not hard to make. Wait, do you taste the vanilla difference in it, Mama?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
My peanut butter takes over the.
Sometimes we put vanilla, sometimes we don't, to be honest with you. So if you don't have vanilla, don't let that keep you from doing it. But it is 6 cups of white granulated sugar, 1 can of evaporated milk. Let that come to a boil till it comes to a hard boil stage. Meaning when you put it in cold water, it'll hold a firm.
And if they've got a thermometer, it will say
Candy
hard.
thermometer will say hard boil. Mama don't do quite hard boil. It's still soft, but yet a little closer to hard. You don't want it to get too hard. I put 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavoring in this just because sometimes we remember to do it, sometimes we don't. And 1 regular 1 pound peanut butter of your choice. We've always used this. We're not sponsored, but this is just 16 ounces of Jif peanut butter, the whole thing. You need one of them orange Tupperware thermometers. Orange Tupperware spatulas. Don't laugh at me, Mom. To get all that
I
peanut
wouldn't
butter out.
laugh at you for the world.
And 1 whole stick of butter. Put the butter in first when you get it off
If
the
you're a
stove.
margarine user, use margarine. You don't have to buy butter just specially for it.
Yes, you do. Don't use margarine.
Well, a lot of people use this margarine.
Use the butter. Don't waste a big old thing of fudge with some margarine. Use the butter.
Oh, Johnny.
I'm just telling you like a friend. Use the butter. 1 stick of butter as soon as you bring it off the stove, and you can cut it up in pats so you can just sort of melt quicker. Then once that's nearly melted, put your whole 1 pound of peanut butter in and stir it. It says stir to cooled. If you stir it till it's cool, you'll never get it in your pan. Stir it about like we did, just so it's well mixed, well blended, and then pour it in there, and you can see it. I ain't heard a thing. And it's set up well, and that's what you want. And it will get firmer and firmer.
You know the difference between a Reese ball and a peanut butter ball?
No.
Okay. A Reese ball, this is an old one because they were, it's a box of powdered sugar, a cup of peanut butter, 1.5 stick of melted butter, a teaspoon of vanilla. You mix this all together and form them into balls. Okay, now 1 inch, and it says a 6-ounce semi-sweet chocolate, 1/4 cup of paraffin. This is the old recipe.
Paraffin.
Well, it was cooking paraffin. Mix together, dip the balls in the chocolate mixture, leaving the peanut butter sticking out the top. That's the peanut butter balls. And now the Reese balls, is you make it a box of powdered sugar, a cup of pecans chopped, 2.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs, 3/4 cups of peanut butter, 1 can of coconut, or 1.5 cups, 2 sticks of melted butter. And you mix all them together, and it tells you to mix the paraffin and the semi-sweet chocolate together.
No.
But now we just use the bark candy.
Bark. I ain't use no paraffin.
And we did for years. That's what we had.
I never did like them back then either.
So that's our fudge. That's what we're doing.
But now she didn't make either one of them.
I will.
But she
probably.
didn't. This is not what this is, so don't be confused. This is Granny's fudge. It's 6 cups of granulated sugar,
1 can of cream.
1 can of evaporated milk. Boil it until it goes to the hard boiled stage, or just right at it.
Dash of salt.
Dash of salt. If you use salted butter, you don't have to put the salt. Once you take it off the stove, you put 1 stick of butter. And no, you cannot substitute margarine. Don't even try it. Don't let me hear about it.
Oh, you can too.
No, you can't. 1 stick of butter cut up into pats so it'll melt. Once that melts in there, put 1 pound of peanut butter. 16 ounces of your favorite peanut butter. We've always used Jif. Stir that until it's well blended, and then pour it in a 9x13 that has been pre-buttered. Butter your 9x13 first. You don't have time to do it later. Let it set till it's firm, and you're good to eat. Now, I guarantee you, if I cut it right now, it would be fine and good to eat. Here is this bowl. It's cooled. You can see how firm it already is. It's already set up.
That's dry after we cut
So
it.
once you, but do not touch the top of yours. When you make it, leave it alone. It may not look smooth and pretty, but I guarantee you it ain't gonna look smooth and pretty when you touch it. It turns into this if you touch it. You can see where we touched that. See how it's all, this is pretty, it's still shiny. It looks good. Once you pour it in, don't touch it. Let it set. Now we'll cover this. Even if your Pyrex has got that plastic lid
I've got the lid for it.
that goes over it, put some plastic wrap. Then put the lid. That lid will not keep this fudge airtight. So do the plastic wrap and then the red lid, if that's the kind you have. You can cut it up and take it out, put it in an airtight container of some kind. This is the lid we have, but don't depend on just this lid. Put your saran wrap on there. good and tight. Make sure this is all clean. And then put your lid on and it'll stay airtight and it'll be ready for your guests. But wait till it cools before you do that.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want it sweating in there. But that is beautiful, and that will do it right there.
I can eat my fill, can't
No. No, Mama, you can't. You may have a piece or two, but
eating my fill's not.
eating your fill's not part of the deal.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, nobody could eat their fill.
I could.
Really, I couldn't eat much of it. It's so rich and so sweet.
It ain't
Just what
stopped-
the few bites I've had is about all I'm gonna have.
It's not stopped me yet.
That's the fact, because your fill would be about a third of that.
I could eat and eat. I ate a whole box of chocolate covered cherries one day.
While I was going to work.
Oh, you was in school.
Come over this way, step over.
You was in school.
Mama can never have her fill of sweet stuff, especially at night. Do we know what your fill is?
No.
Do we have a
limit, a buzzer to go.
I mean, do we actually know
no.
how much?
No, I used to could eat my fill.
When Mama wasn't diabetic, what she would do, as she would say, she would graze. So she would get a little inch by inch piece about 12 times in a day. Every time she come by, she'd cut her off a little piece. Cake, candy, and of course,
candy worse than anything. When you was in school one day and I was out from work, I was cleaning house. It was before Christmas. And I had a box of chocolate covered cherries sitting on the dining room table.
Mm.
So as soon as you left for school, I started cleaning. And I'd walk by that table and I just got me a chocolate covered cherry.
Mm.
Well, it's that way up in the evening, about time for you to come home.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked by that table to get me another piece of candy. And the thing was empty.
Imagine that, Mama.
How I kept going, I don't know. But I had ate that whole box of candy and hadn't eaten nothing all day except that.
You were young.
I was young when you was in school, yes I was.
And you weren't a diabetic.
And I was working hard. But I would have sworn somebody else had ate some of that
If I'd been
candy.
here, I'd have gotten in trouble.
Yeah. And I looked around and I thought, what have you done?
How many chocolate covered cherries would I have eaten if I'd been here?
None. There's 10 in a box. I ate all 10 of them in a day. And I thought, oh my goodness.
I do like them now.
But back then you wouldn't touch
I
them.
probably wouldn't because I wasn't a sweet person. I'm still not much into sweets.
You didn't drink pops and you didn't eat much candy or nothing like
It's a
that.
good thing because I didn't have that much stuff.
You drank milk and juice and water.
Now I drink water and coffee. And y'all sweet too. But I love this fudge. And if anything can tempt me, it's this fudge. But I've already had my limit tonight.
Oh yeah.
Just what little I ate out of that bowl. About a good inch by inch square or two, and I'm done. Too much. It's just like I've eaten pancake syrup. It's just sweet, sweet, sweet.
You don't get too sweet for
You
me.
can do.
My sister won't hardly eat. She won't eat chocolate covered cherries because they're too rich and sweet.
They get rich to me too. And then, how many of y'all are like this? If I did eat like another piece of this or something, I'd have to have something salty, I felt like.
Now I do that sometimes.
Like a chip. I'd have to eat a chip or two. It's like, ugh, I gotta get that. Ugh. Makes my...
When I was a little girl, they had a candy bar called Cherry Hunt. It only come out in the winter or Christmas time. And
I think Mama does too, Sheila. Sheila says she likes the liquid filled, not the cream filled ones.
Yeah, both of them.
That's the ones.
I'll eat both of
The
them.
Queen Anne's, are they?
Liquid filled. They're
Liquid.
cream and then liquid right around the cherry.
Yeah, I like the liquid too.
But they had a cherry hump candy bar, and you don't see them no more. But they were with dark chocolate,
I like me some dark chocolate.
and I love them. And I'd save up my money to get my pennies, huh?
Come over.
Oh, come over. I'm sorry. Can't hear.
She's drifted out of the camera.
But I'd eat them, save up a few pennies, and get me a chocolate cherry hump. And all it had was 2 little cherries in dark chocolate, and it was 2 humps. And that's why they called it cherry hump.
I like dark chocolate.
Some of these old ones might know what I'm talking about.
Cherry hump?
Mm-hmm. You don't never remember, do you?
No. Nope. It's dark now. It got dark that quick.
I cooked right through daylight to dark. What about that?
I don't know, Mama. It's been a quick day.
I worked hard, didn't I?
You did. The fudge is cooling.
Oh, it's still on the warm
It's
side.
warm. We won't cover it yet. We'll leave it about 45 minutes before we cover it. But we'll cover it and we'll make sure it's good and airtight. And that's Christmas fudge. And then I guess you'll be making chocolate tomorrow.
Yeah.
And what about that party mix?
Oh, well, I like this. It don't take no time to make it. I'll make it in the microwave.
It
I
takes
need to
forever.
save that big bowl to. No, if you bake it in the oven, it takes the air.
Yeah.
But in the microwave, it only takes like 10 or 15 minutes.
I didn't know you could do it in the microwave.
Yeah. I need to.
I tell you one
big
thing.
bowl
I had
first.
trouble. Did y'all try to make party mix this year? I found rice checks and I found pretzels and I found peanuts with no problem. But I had to order off Amazon to get the wheat checks and the corn checks.
We didn't go to Walmart.
We didn't go to Walmart, but you know, dollar stores didn't have it. Nowhere in this town had them. Do you all have trouble getting cereal like
I
that?
always had to come to Williamsburg to get them.
What's your favorite checks?
I like the plain old first original, way back yonder.
I love the wheat checks. I'll pick them out.
And I don't like them as good as I do the corn chips.
I'll pick out the wheat checks and the pretzels. Then the peanuts. And then the others.
Oh, mine's the peanuts and then the corn chips.
I'll eat them all. But I mean, if I'm going to pick them out, you know, I'll go for them wheat checks. But I'm also, when I buy the what's it called, Gorditos, the mixes you can buy in the store, and they got the wheat bread in them.
I don't care for that. It's hard.
Let's pick them out. And I did find one time in my whole life, just had a bag of those. Just the wheat round things. What do y'all pick out? My husband loves peanut butter fudge. He'd love this, Andrea.
This has got no marshmallows or nothing like that, or marshmallow
Oh,
cream.
Joy, you got cinnamon checks. That might be good in it.
That would be a sweet
Honey
version.
nut checks. Oh, that's something different for us. Corn checks is your favorite,
Yeah, see, she's with me.
Michelle? Hello from Zellwood, Florida. Like the mix too. I love the corn checks. Me too, John. I pick out the pretzels. I love those. What are you gonna do?
I'm giving you that.
Mama's signing up. Tell them bye, Mama. We're gonna go.
Oh. Goodbye, Mama, and congratulations. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.
We're gonna make the cereal mix tomorrow and probably chocolate fudge and whatever else Mama wants to get into. Tomorrow is, believe it or not, Christmas Eve. Happy, Merry Christmas Eve. to y'all tomorrow.
Yeah.
Until we see you again.
Bye-bye.
Y'all have a good night. We're not going to cook any supper tonight.
What a candy. No, I won't either.
She probably will. We ain't even thought about supper. It's 6:05.
We ate a late lunch.
We ate late lunch. And we had chili, Mama's leftover chili, and Fritos and sour cream. You know, we
It
talked
was
about
different from the night before.
So we ate that about an hour and a half ago. So that's our supper. That'll be it. So, candy time. Y'all have a blessed night. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.